Alright, so I'm gonna be rating my spirit OCs. Now, just to let you know, I know I haven't drew like a couple of spirit OCs or a lot though, but I'm gonna be scaling them like from like a 1 to a 10. On if you also have opinion on my spirit OCs based on the designs, well, that's perfectly fine. But bear in mind, all of this is just my thoughts, my opinions, or on how I did on the designs on the spirit OCs. So, let's begin. So here I have Kotoi. Yes, she's possibly my first spirit OC I've drew. Although, I actually do love the fact how I gave her like a pink kimono with flowers. I love how I gave her the bows. Although, she kind of reminds me of the shiny Sylveon. But other than that, honestly, I do love how I gave her like a bracelet and a bandage on her hand. So, what did I say? I'm gonna give it like a 9 out of 10. Second we have is Mailing. Now, I do love how I gave her a blindfold, but although the dress looks a little too plain or something, and also love how I gave her like flowers on her head though, and the ribbon on her blindfold, and the sash, yeah, the blue sash on her. I also gave her like a blue ribbon though, but what can I say? Well, you know what? I decided to cut some slack, so I guess I'll give it like a 6 out of 10. I literally love Miho's design so much. I also love how detailed her kimono was. I also love her kitsune mask too. And I also love how I give her a bow. And I also give her another bow on her tail. And I also love the face marks on her, though. Dang, honestly, I'll give her a 10 out of 10. Okay, so Fawn kind of reminds me of Wind Archer Cookie. But although I'm trying to make sure that to keep his design look more original, also the fact how I gave him some leaves and stuff like that. But you know what? Okay, I decided I should just give it like a 5 out of 10. Okay, I actually love how I actually give Nee a little outfit, even for like a little baby spirit. Although the outfit is just too plain. Also love how I gave it like a little flowers and stuff like that. And even like the face markings too. But I don't know what should I say. Let's give it a 6 out of 10. I'm honestly not gonna lie. Yukino honestly looks so beautiful, even for a beauty spirit. And I also love how I gave her blue and pink flowers for her kimono. I also love how I gave her more flowers on her head too. I also like how I give her a little hairstyle on her too. And the face marking looks pretty on her too. So I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Okay, hear me out when I say this. I like how I give the faded colors on Okinu, right on, like on her tail, on her legs, on her hands, her ears, and antennas, and like on her horn. Also, like I gave her like some cool face markings and the markings on her arms. Also gave her like a cool ribbon on her left leg, and also love her outfit too, although it's a little too plain. I also like how I referenced to what her eyes look like without her blindfold. So, what I had to give her? Let's give it a 7 out of 10. Okay, why does Kiwi almost look like a human to me? Kiwi almost seriously kind of a bit like a human, or like an or more like fur or something. Although, no, I kind of a bit reference her to Blue Slushy Cookie, and she's giving one of those Blue Slushy Cookie vibes. Although I kind of do like how I gave her the dress, though. I kind of like the dress and the hairstyle. But I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Michio's giving me those Swan Sugar Cookie vibes. Although I did actually make the outfit look more original, as it's supposed to be. Although those head accessories look a little messy though. But other than that, she looks pretty decent and she looks beautiful. So 8 out of 10. Okay, I will say this right here. So I like the idea of giving Ami a blindfold and the idea of Ami basically being like a light and a dark spirit. So I also like how I gave her like the cape and like the flowers on her head too. And I also like how I gave her like two tails. And I even like how I gave her like a pink lantern with pink flowers on it. Well, honestly, it also looks like a very decent OC too for a spirit. And I'll give this one an 8 out of 10. Okay, I'm gonna have to say this right here. So, I actually decided to like redesign Lotus into making her into like a spirit. It's like dragon, and this is the result. Although I have to say, Lotus looks like Lotus Dragon Cookie, but a spirit. But not gonna lie, I gave her like a cute hairstyle, and I also like I still give her like the lotus flowers on her head. And I like the dress though, not gonna lie. I also like the pendant on her too. And even the sash on her. And I also like how I give her like a different kind of mask, which is like another adorable one. And I like how the detail on the eyes was. So, what I'm to say, I'm gonna have to give it a 10 out of 10. I absolutely love her design so much. It is honestly so beautiful. I love the bows on her too. And also love her pattern on her kimono. The colors look so beautiful, and I love the face marks, and I love the eye details too. It is so beautiful and such perfection. Best spirit design I have ever drawn in my life. You know what? I'm giving it a 100 out of 10. Okay, let me say this one here. I love how I made Cherry a half kitsune and a half spirit. I also love her tail and her ears. They look so amazing. Literally amazing. I like how I gave her like a cute hairstyle, and I also love her kimono so much too. And I also even love how I gave her like the kitsune mask too. And even the horn on her. So honestly, I think it's a pretty much of a good looking spirit OC. Although I might want to scrap off of her being a kitsune spirit, but you know what, man, I decided to keep it. So I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Takahiro gives me those Tanjiro vibes. I'm not gonna lie, I love Demon Slayer. Okay, now back to what I'm saying. Now, although I actually kind of want to make it look a little more original though, but I kind of try my best, try to make this guy look original. But although I love I give how I gave the leaves on the head, and I also love I gave it a scarf. I also love I gave it a kitsune mask and the face markings. But overall, it is pretty okay. But you know, I decided to cut some slack this time. Again, so I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Homo's design looks pretty adorable though, but although the outfit itself looks too suggestive. But although on the other hand though, I love the face markings on her face, and I also like how I gave her like a cape. And also like how like the red also fits with its color scheme, as well as the purple as well. No, why am I have to say this one? I guess I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Okay, Mizuki honestly looks so cute and adorable. I love how I gave her like a design of her being a half spirit and a half fish. Also love I gave her the fins on her too. Let's also mention that she also has fins underneath the kimono. But back to what I'm saying. I also love how I gave her like a cute pattern for her kimono. I also like how the blue is fading from blue to pink to white. Such a great color scheme. And also like how there was like a head accessories on her, which looks pretty cool. So I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna be honest. I love how detailed her outfit was, and I also love how the hairstyle and the fade also went from like white to yellow. I also love the lilies on her too. I have nothing else to say. Other than that, she looks very cute and majestic. So I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Okay, let me say this one here. Her design looks a little too plain. Although that ruby colored pink doesn't necessarily fit well to its color scheme, which I kind of wish I could have changed the colors a bit more. Although I gotta say, I love how the black faded on the tail, and also love the blue fade on her hairstyle. But I'm gonna have to give this one a 7 out of 10. Let me be for real this one. I like how like Izumi is supposed to be like half spirit and a half ghost, or a yurei, which means a Japanese word for a ghost. I also like how like the blue and the red go well with its color scheme. And I also love the markings on her body, even on her face too. And even the kimono pattern as well. And I also love the ribbon on her. Now, to say this, I'm gonna give Izumi a 12 out of 10. Okay, so this is by far one of the first slime spirit I drew. But it turns out the result looks pretty okay. Although it's too much of one color, too much pink or something, at least it's not like the pink that every children use. I decided to use like a different color of pink. But still, I have to say, I might as well have to give this one, well, a 7 out of 10. Okay, a little better than the last one I drew, but I also like how she looks like a half spirit and a half angel, but also a slimy one too. And I also like how I gave her like a flower on her, and the wings too. Although the color is a little too bright, but overall she still looks pretty good. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Let's be honest, I absolutely love how I made Tsukio a half spirit and a half jellyfish. And not gonna lie, I love the pattern on her and the face markings and the markings on her body. I also like how I made like her outfit like so detailed, and I also like how I made the sleeves so translucent. Although my only problem is that I am having a hard time drawing the jellyfish tentacles right on her back. But overall, she is pretty cute and she looks amazing. So I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. And at long last, that is all the spirit OCs I have rated. Well, y'all feel free to give out your thoughts on how I did on the spirit designs. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later on the next video. Sayonara!